All right, all right, all right. It is time. The anticipation is finally here. I want to thank you guys for coming and joining us. Looks like, oh, wow, we got a lot of people in here. And we only did this was supposed to just be like a practice. We didn't really advertise it. So I appreciate all of you that have come in to learn about some super exciting things that we have in play for you. One thing you guys know about me is I always try to be innovative. I always try to figure out how to have something more unique in our commoditized business. And most of all, how do we make our loan officers some more money and make their life easier? I think we've really embarked upon some amazing things. I have some amazing people with me today as we've grown the team to get out to you and communicate what we've been working on for the last so many months. So without further ado, I'm gonna jump right into it. So you guys know me. I won't do a long introduction. I've been in the business for a long time now, and doing some full stack sort of development and using the mortgage mastery, combining those things together to bring you what we're going to talk about today. But more importantly, that I have Blake with us. So Blake, great guy. I've known him for a long time. A lot of you know him within the community as well. He's owned a brokerage and he is focusing on growth in your guys' pocketbooks, really making sure and trying to help you generate more originations and more dollars per origination, okay? Then we have Madison, and she's joined us recently. And Madison has been a ray of sunshine, and I'm super excited that she's taught me a lot of things, even in our short time of interacting together, about social media, TikTok Live, all this new way. I thought I was on the cutting edge, but all this new way that loan officers are engaging the community. So all of us work within the recruitment umbrella, but we have different focuses to help you guys move the needle. All right, so they'll come in and speak towards the end, and then at the very end we'll do some Q&A because you guys are going to have a whole lot of questions, I guarantee. So let's jump into the presentation now. All righty, I figure we get right to it. We won't talk about systems. We won't talk about the split. We won't talk about all this other stuff until later on in the presentation. And we'll get into the thing that, to be quite honest, I'm most excited about. And my excitement really went to outer space on one of those Elon Musk rockets when I saw the revenue actually come back in on one of these loans, okay? So from the beginning, yes, we have closed these loans already. Yes, we have earned commissions in the 5.5, 500. I'm going to talk in bips because I want to talk commission. So 550 bips all the way up to 680 bips, right? So you can get up to 700 bips. So how do you do this? How is this possible, right? This is a correspondent relationship. This is a unique relationship. Don't waste your time asking me or anyone else who we are working with. You will not rip that answer out of my cold, dead hands. What I will do, however, is give you access to our systems that are built proprietary for you to utilize the program if you're at Client Direct Mortgage, okay? So 400 basis points is what the max rebate is on these rates. And on average, we're looking at a rate stack somewhere between 6.5 and like 9.5. Now, of course, if you're going to give a 6.5, you're not going to be at 400 pips. We know that. But the nice fact is you don't have to be at 9.5 to get the 400 bips either. Sometimes on an investment property, the rate might get a little bit higher. So then the 400 bips might go there. Okay, so we know where 400 bips come from. Then this loan just works like any other traditional correspondent. Then you can charge points, and the points are revenue to you, okay? So if you're charging 300 bips or 3%, right, that's gonna work within high cost, right? And then that's gonna be additional revenue. So 4 on the back, 3 on the front is a reality for these loans. Now, I know that sounds crazy. It sounds like 2008, 2006, right? But it's okay. Think about it, right? This isn't saying that you're making 7 points on a $700,000 loan. That's not what's happening here. These are home equity loans, okay? Closed-end seconds. We all know what those are, okay? So on the closed-end second, follow me here, right? On the closed-end second, it might be $50,000. It might be $100,000. The average is probably around $120,000, right? So it will go up to $500,000. It'll go up to $500,000. So if you find a big one out there, by all means, go get it. But you're doing loan amounts that are on the lower end of the spectrum, and finally, you have the revenue, the commission, the rebate, the YSP or whatever you want to call it is being generated enough through our relationships to make it worth your time. That's what these HELOCs have been about. They haven't been worth your time, but there's an abundance of them. Okay, I wanted to give that little spiel and explanation before I got too deep into this. So now I'll follow more of the structure, but you have an idea, you have context, you have understanding of what's actually going on at our company and why we're able to do this. And this is unique. Last thing I'll say before I get through the standard stuff. This is unique. I went out and found this relationship. There's a lot of banks in this country, okay? A lot of them do home equity. A lot of them want to do more loans, and a lot of them don't have access to do more loans. They don't have big loan officer sort of pools of some small bank over there in Kansas or some bank over there in Kentucky or this or that. So this is not a traditional wholesale lender. This is something more on the lender side of things, the correspondent side of things. And I made a suggestion to someone about possibly working with us as an exclusive wholesaler to bring a product like this. So that's basically where it sort of like comes from. Okay, 7 points it is. So now that you know it's true, let's jump right in. Yes, on a $200,000 loan, that is $14,000. Yes, that is feasible. Absolutely. With an A-paper client, I'm talking about I'm talking about an LTV that's around under 70%. I'm talking about a credit score that's 740, right? I'm talking about, yep, that's it. Credit score and this is full doc, okay? Primary residence. This is not investment property, right? You can make 7 points. 14,000, the rate might be somewhere in the 8s, right? High 7s or 8s. 30-year fix, and we have a 20-year fix option too. It's game time. Yep, you should be excited. Oh man, see, I got so excited. I got ahead of some of these slides, but I wanted to put it in your ear. Now it's going to get stamped in your memory. This is so exciting. This might be a core memory for you, just like childhood, right? This might be, you might, I remember after you're making, a year from now, after you make $250,000, $300,000, $400,000 from this program, this is gonna turn into a core memory. Where did it all start? It started right here, client direct at this webinar. All right. So the core memory says 400 back from the lender side, 300 on the front with a real rate, a rate you can compete with. You can still go out there and beat figure, right? Even with this margin that you're getting. Right? So that's the thing that's absolutely gorgeous about our setup here. We're not gonna listen. I do this a lot. I'm gonna go off the rails a little bit. Okay. I'm feeling competitive. So the other day, I think I was actually Madison and Blake came to the Bay Area, San Francisco, and I drove out to San Francisco to pick them up. And I think I've seen this before. I've seen this before that trip. But on the way out there, everybody knows that we live in the Bay Area, and it's beautiful to go across the Bay Bridge, East Bay to San Francisco, and then you see all the downtown, and then you get into San Francisco, and you go around this little curve, and that curve has all these billboards, and you see all these big companies like Salesforce, and all the big players are there. And guess who else I saw there? Guess who else? The most expensive advertising real estate in possibly the world. Maybe New York might be a little bit more expensive, Times Square, but I think they're there too. Figure. All right, Figure was there. Oh, prominent, big Figure. Get your HELOC, right? The most expensive one. How are they doing that? Because they're paying you 2 measly points. It's almost disrespectful. It's almost disrespectful, right? 2 measly points, but what you've exchanged is speed. You say 5 days, 6 days, 7 days, then boom, I'll take my 2 points. It's not a big deal. blah, blah, blah. But on the back of it, I've broken this stuff down. I'm somewhat analytical, just a little bit. And they're making a lot more than that. And just think about it, income streams, right? If I'm giving you an income stream, and this goes for anything, I don't care what it is. If you give me $100,000 and I give you 8%, 9%, every year I'm going to get $8,000 or $9,000, and that compounds, right? Because if I take the $8,000 or $9,000, put it in the bank, and I'm still going to receive interest on that money, right? And I'm getting it from interest. So you have compound interest. And then we've seen these amortization schedules at the end of a time period where it's like, I borrowed $100,000, but I paid back $300,000. That's real money. They really are making that much money over that life, right? That's the beautiful thing about interest. We all understand it. Okay, what do? We sell interest. We sell that benefit, that stream, okay? You guys might not think of yourselves like this, but you sell that stream to someone else, and they're only willing to pay you a measly $2,000 on that $100,000. I say, hell no. That's the way I presented it to these other guys. They was like, yeah, that is almost disrespectful. We are going to make a lot of money because the rate in front of it is at a 2.875. It's not refinancing. These seconds are going to have a long life. So they're going to generate a lot of interest. Pay me double, right? And it's really not double because the 2 points they don't even give you. I think you have to charge the client a figure in these other places. Okay, enough of my rant. Back. You guys get my drift. You get my drift. You're working for nothing. Yeah, they're fast, but it's not worth it. It's still your client. You should earn more money. Stop doing it. You know, and then I see a new one out, Avon or Avon, some like, I don't know, and everybody's all excited. Then I hear when you withdraw, it's 5 or 6% in the beginning, but when you withdraw, you got to pay extra 4%, all these other hoops, and you still only get 2%. Stop. Look at how much you're making. It matters. All right. So let's move on. See, those guys piss me off. All right. So everyone you know has a mortgage in the 3s and credit card debt at 24%. This is very, 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 very true. And this is where the opportunity is. So I want you to just like lean back, take a second, open your ears. I'll slow down a little bit because you need to understand what the opportunity is. It's one thing to say, oh, you can make 7%. Great, exciting. But will I really be able to find someone? And that's what this part of the conversation is about. Okay. Again, I'm a little bit analytical. I like to look at the market, see what it's doing. It really is true that we are at an all-time high if you're looking at the amount of equity that Americans have in their homes, right? The average rate is also at an all-time low. That's why refinances are down 80%, okay? These are all true numbers, and a lot of you are aware of these already. And if you weren't, now you know. Credit card debt is also at an all-time high, right? I think we're in the trillion, 1.1 trillion or something like that. So here's the scenario of most families out there. Great rate, okay, a lot of equity with a credit card bill that's probably $500, $600, $700, $800 a month, right? And that's only like $20,000, right? It's terrible, absolutely terrible. If you're looking at one of these HELOCs, $50,000, even at an 8-something%, right? It's $300 range. It's $350 for 50K. Take all of that debt, sweep it, 100,000. If you have 100,000 in debt, you're paying about $1,800 a month, right? Sweep it. Some people are taking the car, they're taking everything. Put it on the 30. The power is the 30-year amortization. We have a 30 and a 20. When you amortize that small amount of money over that period of time, doesn't matter if the rate is 6 or it's 8. It's going to be a small payment compared to what they're doing right now. Unlock them, relieve them, help them, educate them, and then you will be rewarded. Okay, so that's the key. All right, moving along. So how do we get these deals? All right, that's important. I've told you where the honeypot is, but how are we going to actually turn this into a meal that I can eat? TikTok Live. And Madison is going to talk about this later on. Madison is our lead recruiter, so she'll be talking to a lot of you, but she's also, during that conversation, going to talk to you about how to generate business. I wanted to work with someone unique, someone that knew something more than just, I could get you loan officers over. Well, okay, great, we can get loan officers over, but how can we enhance them? How can we show them something where they can originate more deals? I have all of these great products. I have all these great platforms that I've built. I'm going to show you a little bit later. How would you take what I've built and turn that into a real client? And the conversations I was having with her, I was thoroughly impressed. And I'm not easy So we're going to talk about that more later too. Refi eligible. A couple of weeks ago, I put refi eligible across the group. A lot of you saw it, right? I did it for a reason. Probably thought, oh, Ramon's just advertising his stuff again. And I was, to some degree. You could do that when you're the admin of the group, right? The rules apply to everybody except for me. All right, anyway. So that refi eligible idea, right? I was like, and it's nothing but a bank rate. It's a bank rate. It's a Zillow rate table. We're preparing for when we do get lower rates, so people can just come in, see the rates, lowest in the country, pylons feeding it. All the best lenders are feeding it. We won't be beat. If you see that, you're signing up as a client, right? And then that lead goes straight in the lead world. But while I was showing Madison all this in this office, she was like, Ramon, could you make this to where every single one of our loan officers had an iteration or a version of this? I said, because she's thinking about TikTok Live, right? She's thinking about the people going out there talking about what they have, and they need a conduit. She's mentioned that there's a weakness with them being able to capture the person. And she's like, well, if they all have one of these, now it can't be branded by them, but just a simple refi eligible site that channels, if the person fills it out, the client, the lead, it channels into their bucket. I was like, that's a great idea. Now we just empowered everyone to have, like Blake jumped in and said, Banking Bridge. He was like, this is like a better version of Banking Bridge at no additional costs, all wrapped into the same 149 fee, right? So the value here is getting out of this freaking world, okay? The advertisement up there for the home equity loan will still net you right in that range of 500, 600, 700 basis points. So I mean, you have the product, you have the advertising tools that you need, you have the conduit in which you're going to reach consumers. No other brokerage can compete with what we've put together. I don't care if they have 1,000 people. I don't care if they have 2,000. I don't care if they do 2 billion. Their ass is mine. We're coming for them. We are coming for them through you. Our offer is going to be so far and beyond, right? For which you're paying, and that's called value, extreme value. Because not only are we going to give you the majority of the lion's share of the money generated on the deal, we're going to show you how to generate money. We're going to make sure you're generating a lot of it. We're going to show you where to generate money, and we're going to teach you what to say on these things. And that's what my segue into lead world, right? Because lead world is what just call it CRM to make it easy. I think it's better than a CRM, but we'll call it a CRM. All of these systems are part of it. All of these platforms are part of the ecosystem. They're all engineered and developed by us in-house. We control everything, and that's why we've been so powerful, right? I don't have to wait on Arrive. I don't have to wait on I wait on this. I make suggestions to people. They don't listen. We don't have time for that. We're going to the moon. We're about to make some money. You guys know that I was a top originator from ground zero. You know I never worked for a retailer outside of myself. You know I'm self-taught, right? You know I'm creative, right? And when I couple with the people that you see on this webinar with me, and we come together and we start thinking about ideas, it's a major benefit to you guys, okay? So Blake is going to be teaching classes on how to execute this HELOC, how to sell this HELOC, how to bring all of your closed loans into the lead world environment, so we can advertise the opportunity for them to use the HELOC. A lot of you have $250,000, $300,000 built in already. I know some of you personally, right? I know your business. Blake and I were looking at Reader, all the closed loans since 2017. You have money already there. These people are going out getting HELOCs and HELOCs at their credit union, right? You don't even know it. You are the source now. So now we're going to help you capture all that. Stay out in front of it, put the offers up. We have the CDM Quote Pro. It's beautiful. Everything's beautiful. Everything's beautiful. It's like a Mercedes-Benz dealership. Yeah, it's just gorgeous. Every part you go to in our company now, every part of our platform. And I haven't even told you, we're not going to talk about Maya yet. All right, let's move on. This thing is going to run 20 minutes. Okay. TikTok will put your people in front of you. Okay. The live is amazing now, and Madison's going to get into this later on, and everybody's doing it, right? This is how people wonder, well, how will we get in touch how will we get are connect to the future generations. They're not going to be online. They just look at their computers. We're going to how's it all going to work? Baloney. They still want to interact. But they're doing it through their phones. But they want to see real people in real time, understand your knowledge, see your character. You make them laugh. You engage them. All the same elements. It came full circle. It's just done in different places. We don't have to get together physically. But live has become amazing. I have a friend they own a clothing company, right? Big clothing company. They go to China, they go over there, they produce in China, they sell it all over. You can find, I've seen it down in San Diego, then I saw it in Florida at little boutique shops. Their stuff is all over the place. But their daughters are now older, 20, 21, and they're selling all of the, I guess, last season stuff on all these lives, like Shane or something like that, and this place and that. I mean, it's all kinds of lives, right? So TikTok is like, for service, it's becoming the number one platform, or is the number one platform out there. And service has not been as popular as some products. We all see products when we're clicking through. I don't care if it's like those pistachios or beef jerky or candy or this or that. It's all been people eating it. Oh, it's so good. It makes you want some. It does make you want some. But when somebody can click on, be thinking about buying a house, they're at home, they're in their bed, they're relaxed, the kids are down, and boom, yeah. And then you come on talking about DTI and this and that, and they're very interested in it. You get them to fill out that form immediately, then you have that lead. That's a connection. But we have that now. We're going to have that. We're going to have classes every week through Broker AIQ, right? And Madison is going to teach you guys how to become superstars. We want the most people out of any brokerage on lives. Okay. Refi eligible. Just go to refi eligible. You'll see what it is. You're going to get your own iteration of that if you want it. Right? And then we're going to teach you how to use it, where to post it. So now you start doing combos of things, right? I'm on TikTok live and I'm telling people to go, if you need a refinance or a home equity line, go to my link at refi eligible, right? So now you're compounding, you're doing all kinds of stuff. Lead World allows, and this is, I'll spend a little bit of time here. Lead World's amazing CRM, but it's a CRM with a store in front of it. It's connected to 9 different lead aggregators, from the biggest ones in the country to smaller ones that I think are just good, okay? So you can ingest new leads into it, okay, through buying. However, we're also going to allow you to ingest previous loans that you've closed, okay, because you have that relationship there. Our system has a lot of agentic automation. For example, there's, in the middle of our ecosystem, think about it as a cloud, and there's all these different systems. In the middle sits an agentic, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, entity. Her name is Maya, okay? Maya looks at all the different items out there. So Maya can see when a lead comes in right now, right? And then she sends a text message. The other day, Maya was having a conversation with a guy who was like, I really want to do this, but I'm at the hospital, my doc. And Maya said, oh, I'm so, showed empathy. I'm so sorry about blah, blah, blah. I could just send you a link, right? And then they were like, he was like, yeah, send me a link. And then Maya sent the link, right? And then followed up to make sure that he got it and everything. And the guy filled out the application. So this is without us even talking to him. The world is changing, right? We got to make sure we're in front. We own all of this. This is not, I'm not going out to any vendor. I don't tell a lot of people this, but I'm pretty much equivalent to a full stack developer. And I can do architecture for mortgage and all that kind of stuff too. So really A to Z, I'm really good at tech as far as building, a platform, right? Tech is a wide, vast thing. But as far as building a platform on something I have high subject matter knowledge in, like mortgage, I can execute on that very well. So we're doing the combo of both sides of things. And that's why you're going to see us absolutely run past anybody else. Because even if somebody's working with a big vendor, like Nexa went to go work with that Tailwind or whatever they are, right? But they have 52 million clients and they're building something called, they build for all the different clients. It's called multi-tenant, right? So multi-tenant, there has to be a consistency across the board where you're building not too unique, if you will. We're not multi-tenant. I build for a single tenant. A single tenant is client direct mortgage. So everything we do is to make it better and more dynamic for us, right? So that's why we're going to run past everybody else. They don't have the ability, right? And I know my competitors. They don't have the ability to do the same things that I'm able to do, which are going to directly affect our loan officers' pockets in a positive way. Just let time go on. Just watch. All right. So Lead World is absolutely great. Whether it be agentic, the pricing engine is in there. Everything you want from a CRM is in there. Plus, you could buy leads in. So at the end of this, I'm going to tell you about a little surprise that relates to Lead World. But I'm not going to say it right now. So let's just move on. This is something else that's pretty amazing along the tech avenue. You win realtors with speed and accuracy. That's the game. Okay. So we invented something. We created something. We didn't invent it. We created our own point of sale system, and our point of sale system is rooted is a lot of things going on here. So follow me. It's rooted into the company that gives us the HELOC. So it's a pricing engine in there. Okay. It's a traditional POS. So, you know, it looks nice. You can, the client can fill out an app and upload documents. Great. But the thing that's special about it, this is what I really love, is it cuts out the need and gives you speed. So it cuts out the need of an LOA, loan officer assistant, or you spending those hours trying to figure out what kind of deal you have in front of you as it relates to the documents and the numbers. Okay. So what this system is doing in a matter of in between 30 seconds and 4 minutes is taking every single document that the client uploads that you approve. You have to approve it. If you hit approve, then we do something called OCR. It's agentic OCR. We look at the document, we scrape it down. So if it's a pay stub, we look at the year to date, we look at this, we look at all the pertinent stuff. I don't got to go through it. You guys know all the pertinent stuff. It goes into a back-end database, okay? So we collect and we build all the information we need. If you guys remember, some of you, there's a document out there called a 1008 transmittal summary. I'm old school, right? I don't know if everybody's using those, but you need those. You got to figure out what the hell's going on when the underwriter comes and says, it doesn't work. Your DTI is 52%. No, it's not. It's 49%. Let me see your numbers. Give me your 1008. Your 1008 has all the liabilities. It has everything on it, right? So you need that, right? And this does the 1008 for you. It's going to look at all those items. Not only that, if you upload a credit report, upload, because it doesn't have a connection into any credit report company out there, okay? Just upload the PDF. So that means if you got a free credit report from somewhere, upload it. It reads all the way through it, drops the liabilities in, and allows the system to give you a true analysis. I'm going to show you what it looks like in a minute. So speed is the name of the game. So when you go to have coffee with this realtor, because you guys love to have coffee, right? A lunch, drink, whatever it is, bring your laptop. It's time to show them something that's impressive. It's time to put on a show. It's time to have a demonstration. Same thing like I'm doing for you right now. This is the show I'm putting on, right? So you want to connect. We want to connect. You know, you want to smile. You want to laugh. You want to feel like this person has passion for what it is that I'm doing. You want to feel like this person truly wants to fill my pockets. If that person is just blasé and they don't want to fill my pockets, you don't have the motivation to make sure that I make some more money, then I don't want to work with you. I have motivation to make sure you make more money, right? And so do the other two people on this screen, right? You need to put that same feeling inside of that realtor, right? For them to be able to trust you and send you business. You could take business. You could take it because at some point, somebody's going to get blasé. At some point, somebody's going to be busy, their existing relationship, right? And they're just not going to perform to the level that you're going to be able to perform, right? So when you're sitting there with your laptop and you open up your POS that we created and you show them documents uploaded, as soon as your client uploads the documents, right, I'm going to have your approval for you. And not just a regular approval. I'm going to have your DTI. I'm going to have all the liabilities. I'm going to have documented and looked at all the income. I don't care if it's Schedule E. Doesn't matter if it's bank statement income, right? Doesn't matter if they're retired. Doesn't matter if it's W-2 with commission. Every type of income we cover. Boom, right there. As soon as the client, I don't even wait. I didn't even have it as a trigger. If that client uploads that document and you hit approve, right? Because when you want to approve, I want to make sure that they're not uploading a mortgage statement inside of the pay stub, right? So you got to make sure the right document is there. But once you make sure the right document is there, approved, that stuff's happening automatically in the background. Automatically, every document, every financial document, credit report, everything's being stretched down, put into a database so we can analyze numbers. I'm tired of waiting on people. I'm tired of people asking me, Ramon, do you have an LOA? I get so many loans in. I just need help with my pre-approvals. No, you don't. Not anymore. Not anymore. And this stuff is accurate because I made sure it was accurate. All right. So that's how you're going to go and win agents over, guys. And we'll talk about this more. We still have everything else. You know, I know we've been talking about the closed-end second a lot, but we have 200 lenders, 30 correspondents. We have the most out of any broker out there. We're the best when it comes to optionality, okay? Because Blake and I believe, and both of us coined the name PKP, right, Blake? Product Knowledge Pro. Do you remember that when we were coaching back in the day? All right. You got to have a lot of products to be a Product Knowledge Pro. These are all the systems, different things that we have. Check the website. I'm not going to go through that a whole lot. So you'll learn that everything we have at Joint CDM. You guys know about Pylon. Pylon is big, bro. Oh my gosh. If you have an investment property or a second home now, the LLPAs are gone. You're going to crush whoever. Go find second home investment properties, refinances, and purchases. You won. And if you look inside a Pylon on the pricing engine, it says right there, it's Citi. I'll tell you who it is. It's Citi. Citi's the investor. Citi is portfolioing, putting on their balance sheet a bunch of second homes and investment properties. They have a thirst for them. They see that's an avenue where they could be super competitive, and they've waived the LLPAs. What are those? 300, 400 basis points? You're crushing. That is a rate drop. That's the rate drop you wanted. That's what you were looking for. Go find them. I talked to one of our loan officers yesterday, Justin, and he was saying like he's going to go down to a certain area, like in like Palm Springs or down that area where there's a lot of second homes, and he's going to attack that market. I was like, that's smart. Whenever you find, if there's a second home market out there, like all those people who live, I live on the West Coast, I'm in California, but what I understand is a lot of people on the East Coast or the Northeast and across the top of the country go down to Florida a lot. So they probably have a lot of second homes and investments down there, right? Go. If they're buying them, if they're doing this, you won't be beat. You won't be beat on that product. All right, let's get into the what we take. I know with all we offer, you guys feel like we should probably take more, but we're not going to. Right? So we're at $495 a file, $149 a month. And I'm telling you that this is going to go up next year. And everybody who gets into it this year will be grandfathered in. It'll be $149 for forever, right? So you're good. But $495 a file. And then we have here, and Madison's going to talk about this a little bit later. Madison does have, and the value is absolutely great. Madison, for an increase per file, a very nominal or slight increase per file, she will allow you to be part of her classes she's going to be running every single week. So we're not just telling you to go get in TikTok Live. We're going to give you a progressive training, right? So that way, week 1, you're going to set this up. Week 2, you're going to set this up. Week 3, we're doing this. Week 4, we're doing this. This is to be able to have you be productive. It's not just to throw an idea at you. This is baked through, okay? This is innovative. All those old IMB people, they don't have. They might put you in front of somebody that comes and speaks and charge you $1,000 to speak, but you got to pay $4,000 to be able to do something. We're going to do it. It's just part of we're bringing everything in. We're bringing the production of our systems in. We're bringing our coaching in. We're the experts. We're tired of all the vendors. We're tired of paying them all our money. They want $800 for this, $500 for that, $3,000 for that, $2,000 for that. No, we're doing it ourselves. Okay. We're the ones, we own the streets anyway. These are our people that we're servicing. We know what they need, right? So why don't we just take the time? We have the resources. Let's create this stuff ourselves. Forget Bank and Bridge, $400 and the rate don't even load, right? My refi eligible kills Bank and Bridge. So if you're paying $350, cancel it, put it in your pocket, take your kids to Disneyland or after 10 months. That's $3,000, right? Plus the 500, it's more than that. So that 4,500 or something like that, right? So, and then use our systems and products. I am out here trying to beat vendors. When I look at it, I say, I'm going to make this product better than, and I put you in my target, put you in my scope, right? All right. It gets exciting for me. All right. Okay. Yeah, we're getting close. So we will do a one-on-one meeting with you guys. Okay. Just go to the website, joincdm.com, and then fill out at the bottom, or it says, let's talk or something, fill out that form. If you get referred by someone or you're part of a team, please put who that person is that's referring you. Okay. And that's it. So after and that's not it for the presentation. We're about to get busy. Like, we have a lot more left, right? But that's it for the slides. So don't go anywhere yet. The join CDM, once you fill out the form, someone's from our team is going to call you to schedule an appointment that most likely will be with Madison. So she'll walk you through all the stuff with Client Direct Mortgage. She's also going to walk you through all the TikTok live stuff. And keep in mind, she's going to tell you this, but it's nice to hear it from someone else. Things have changed. It used to be like, oh, you got to be I got to look a certain way, or have a certain this, or have a certain that in order to feel as though I can be online. No, that's not what it's about. It's not what it's about. That's not where it's going. All of us have our tribes. All of us have our people that they are comfortable with us. They want to be educated from us, right? We're all human beings, and the social media allows you to go out there and find your tribe. And the TikTok is really good at finding the people for you and putting them right in front of you, right? Their eyeballs right there, right? So no matter who you are, no matter how you feel about yourself, there's other people that feel the exact same way, whether you think you're the best at this or that, and you want to get out there, or whether you think that you're the worst at this and that, and you want to get out there. Guess what? The person that's the worst, they probably have a lot more people feeling the same way, and they're going to get a ton of folks. But I think you guys get my point here. Madison will dive deeper on it if you didn't get my point. She'll clean it up for me. All right, so I'm not going to jump to this yet because I want to do a little demoing. Okay, so we will have a Q&A session, but let's look at pricing. Who wants to look at pricing? Yeah, I know. Everybody will see a little pricey. This is our POS. It's nice. It's clean. It's white. It's black. It's simple, right? That's the way you want to build things these days. All right, so I'm going to open this up. So I won't see you guys, but okay. Our POS is going to have a lot of different unique sort of like pricing engines. They're going to be specific to certain things. We want value here, right? I don't need you to have 200 lenders. And the pricing, I got to scroll 52 times. No. We're going to give you the stuff that's going to help you win business. This system has the guidelines, follow me here, the guidelines built into it, right? So the eligibility part of this is strong. So when I come in here and I say, boom, I have a $200,000 HELOC, okay? 700 value. I'm going to make this can I make this a little bit bigger? Okay, I'll make it a little bit bigger, okay? $300,000 first. California, primary, 760, 20-year. Okay, I'm going to get pricing. Okay, here we go. Pricing, there it is. And a lot of people don't understand.
I see it.
Shoot. Yep, shoot. Hey. I just thought about that. I was like, I'm talking all this smack and they don't even see it. It's there. Now you can see it, right? Okay. Now I think you guys can see it. Oh, you can't see anything? Oh, yeah. Now you can see it. I'm pretty sure you guys can see it now. I got a lot of alerts. I have some people watching it. They're like, I can't see it. I can't see it. Yeah. All right. We got it now. We got it. I got too excited. 200,000. Everything I just said. 200,000, 700. This is what it looks like. Okay. 760, 20-year. And then boom, those are the rates. So that's what you're looking at. Look at that. 8.5. You're getting 400 bips. You see it right there. Black and white. Or should I say green? Green for money. I cracked myself up. All right. So I know it's hard. It's hard sometimes to understand correspondent. I've talked to a lot of loan officers. You guys broker, but you don't quite understand correspondent. So I put a nice little calculator in here built into the pricing engine. So you can choose which one you want. Let's say I go with this one. Boom. $200,000 That was the loan amount, right? The HELOC amount. And 400 basis points, I chose that one, equals $8,000. But if I want to make a little bit more, I can, because this is on the back end money, right? What am I charging on the front end? Okay. I'm going to charge another 6,000 on here. All right. So that tells you if I charge 6,000, which is 3 points, I'm going to make $14,000. See that? 2,500. Just play with it. Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to charge. But that way you'll know what's going on. I got a little secret for you. Being this is built into the POS, when you get your clients in and you get them down a certain level, you'll be able to use this to put in the lock request, because it's all our product, right? Nice, seamless, clean. All right. No other broker has it. And guess what? I'm not selling it to them. You got to come to client direct, baby. All right, so that's that. Now let's move on to the next thing. You guys see it. It's right there in black and white. That's it. All right, so think about this. You have some questions after. We'll chat about it. Or post your questions now. I think you can do that if you want to. But yeah, that's it. Oh, let me show you. Okay. All right, so let's say you had the same scenario, but the person had a 660. Oh, that's not going to work, my friend. You're not eligible. But it's just not going to tell you you're not eligible. It's going to tell you what to do. Reduce the loan amount to 150 to qualify for this tier. Okay, 150. I can't get you 2, man. Sorry, credit's too low. All right, get the pricing. Okay, all right. And the only guy, okay, you're less on the tier. Okay, you got, less money, right? 150, but you see the credit, the rate didn't change that much. Like 8.875, last time was 8.5. You're still getting your, okay, you got like a half a bip off of your 4, right? And if you look at the rates, like they're not that much different. Look at this, it's $12. Is that $12? Yeah, every eighth of a point is $12. So what? You can, if you go down a little bit, right? So it's like $12, $12, $12, $12. Just take the 8.875, client. Take the 8.875. That's what I'm giving you, because it's a HELOC and I'm going to close it in 12 days. I'm going to charge you a little bit. And can charge you 3,000, right? Wow, that's what you're gonna make, right? So that's how this puppy works. All right. Now, what I want to do is I want to move on and kind of show you what the income part looks like. Okay. So just really quick though, this is the POS. POS is nice, simple, clean. It even has extra stuff in here, like your goals, things I think are important, because this is custom, right? So we do a lot of custom stuff in here, but it's super sweet. Let's see here. I want to show you this one next. These are just the documents. Okay. So once the document's approved, like I said, the pay stubs were approved. They were approved. Okay. Now I'm going to take you into like what I called it, the insights. Okay. This is it. So let's see here. I'm gonna go back here. Sorry. So insights is right here, right? So documents, this is your panel. Salesforce, you can push all your stuff into Salesforce. So you have this little insights area, right? And then boom, that fast, it kind of did all of the calculations. So look at this slowly with me. It showed that the documents gave you a 36% back-end DTI. Look at this. It tells you what programs you're eligible for. This is on a high level, right? FHA, VA, conventional. This is verified, meaning that we pulled down everything. We pulled down every part of that pay stub, the year to date, the hourly wage, everything, right? If it's variable income, whatever it is, it's going to be calculated here. And it's going to tell you if it's stated income, if it's stated, meaning off the application, or variable. If they haven't uploaded their documents yet and they just wrote it in and you do this, this is going to say stated, because it's stated from the application. But once they upload their documents, the document verified income is going to override, and it's going to come in here. So you can see you have that person there, you have this person. This is the DTI, how the DTI was calculated. And I know this is kind of small, but you get the idea, right? And you haven't seen anything like this. You haven't, right? 36% over here. This is unique. So this is your actual DTI, and this paragraph tells you everything that they're doing. This is how we got the front end DTI, and it shows you all the liabilities. Let me show you what the liabilities are so you understand. But there is one sheet that you have to do before you run this. It's this sheet. You have to tell it, hey, what are we doing? What's the rate, interest rate? Because he needs to get the housing payment, the PITI, right? So once you get that, it brings in all the liabilities from the credit report. Are you going to pay them off? Are they going to be omitted? Are we keeping them? Because that's part of the DTI, right? We have to know what we're doing. So once all that stuff is done, you have W-2, self-employed, bank statement, retirement income, you have all your incomes, right? And then you're just saving it, and then then it's analyzing it, and then giving you that information. And then it gives you like tips. Like it tells you, if you want to do this to obtain, or it tells you what else you need, like what's missing and all that sort of stuff. It's amazing. So think about this. If you're sitting at that coffee shop with that realtor and you're showing them that once your client uploads the docs, you'll be able to immediately know if this is going to work on an underwriter level. What do you need LOA for? That's it. All you got to do is do applications, collect docs, put them in here. That's it. And imagine if you're doing home equity loans, because it is a full doc loan on the home equity. By the way, on that home equity, we don't do appraisals, only an AVM. Average close, 10 to 12 days, okay? But it is full doc, so we need to get the documents. We need to make sure DTIs, all that stuff works. Get the loan, get the documents, hit the button. 4 minutes later, 30 seconds to 4 minutes later, you know if you have a deal. Go in there, price it, put what you want to make, lock it. Let's go. Rinse and repeat. Let's make some money. Oh, it feels good. I'm so excited for you guys. All right. Let me see. All right. So I think we're in a good place. I think I covered the majority of what I want to cover. Now, what I want to do is bring in Madison so that way she can talk to you guys and I could be quiet for a second. I'll look at some of the questions. Oh my gosh, there's 15 of them. I'll look at some of the questions while she's talking, and then we can kind of go from there. But we don't really have a limit. We're here to hang with you guys. Okay. So Madison, without further ado, you can jump on. And I don't know, listen, guys, this was supposed to be a demo one. We didn't expect to have so many people, and you guys are staying too. We've slowly gone up. It was like 20, 21, 22, 23. So evidently what we're saying is some good stuff. You guys aren't leaving. But anyway, I don't know if you can share. Do you see the capability to share your screen, or do you want to, Madison, or you just want to talk to him this time?
No, I'll just talk to him this time.
Okay. Go ahead, take it away.
Hey, everybody. So some of you in here know me, I can tell. Some of you probably don't, but I joined CDM literally last week. Like you said, I flew up, met with Ramon and Blake, and we came up with this plan to really hopefully help elevate everybody. And part of the success I had in social media, I learned TikTok pretty much last year. I'm Gen X, so a lot of you are probably relatable to that because of the age range of most loan officers. So that's the biggest challenge like you come across is people being afraid to get on TikTok, not doing a lot of social media, or being afraid to be in front of a camera, which is it's a big challenge for a lot of people. And that's why I'm here to help people get beyond that, because it really is not that scary. And it's very rewarding if you're doing it right and doing it consistently. And there are certain algorithms and builds that you need to do for your social media to be successful, like Ramon was saying. And that's the items that we're going to share in the classes, taking it from A to Z, starting your TikTok. If you don't even have a TikTok account, we're starting with setting up the account and going through the entire process. I've had a lot of people interested in this, and I think it's something that can help a lot of people, as well as looking at building out your business and a team if you're looking at working with other team members and building your business that way. So this is a great way to interact with people, build your team, build your sphere, basically, not only on the loan side of it, the mortgage business, but also building your client side. So it's twofold really in how we're doing this. So just to touch on that. And again, you don't have to be a beauty queen. You don't have to be, a model to do this. The most successful people, like Ramon was saying, are people that are your everyday normal people. Most of us are normal. Most of us are not models. We don't look like we belong on the runway. And if you scroll through TikTok and the people that have the following and the people that are keeping people engaged on the lives are normal, everyday people without the filters, without, all of the Hollywood lights and everything. It's normal, everyday people sharing information and having conversations. So that's what we're building. We're giving you the products to sell that are better than anywhere else. We're giving you the knowledge with Blake and trainings and everything. And then we're giving you the avenue to get it out there. So hopefully this made sense to everyone. If anyone has any questions, I'm here to answer them as well. But that was kind of my my input on this. And so if there's anything else you wanted me to cover, Ramon, did I cover everything?
Yeah, no, that's awesome. That's awesome. I just want to let all of our, I see some of our client direct loan officers on here. There's going to be classes. There's going to be classes that Madison's going to be doing week in and week out. So you're going to see the broker AIQ training calendar illuminate, right? It's going to illuminate. Okay. It's going to have all of like her trainings, Blake's trainings. I'm doing a training, fireside chat, AEs. It's going to be, you know, every day is going to be something, right? And when you find yourself, what we want to do is get you involved, get you on the stream, get you on the rip roaring rapids, because we're going to move this, right? This is going to be a river that's flowing. And if you get on that river, it's going to mean that your income is going to increase. We are very centered, because I've set the baseline for the team, and they understand and they agree 100%. This is about a couple of simple things: increasing originations for our loan officers and increasing their revenue, especially during this challenging market. So that's the fundamental thing, or the building block, the main block, the anchor from which we were doing all of this, right? So we always keep that in mind. You notice I said it like 5, 6, 7 times. This is not by accident. I just programmed myself to be worried about your guys' pocketbooks and how I increase them. Okay, so Blake will speak really quickly. Blake, tell them about some of the classes and some of the stuff. Blake put together some curriculum around this, presentation, everything. And he's going to be the one that's like, you know, if you guys have a deal, if you have a question, you have this or that, teaching you guys. So he's going to be doing classes week in and week out to drive revenue, to drive growth. But go ahead, Blake, I'll let you take it away.
Yeah, the most important thing that every loan officer that's with Client Direct, or if they're looking to come on to Client Direct, that they need to understand about this close-in second that we have access to, is they need to view this like it's 2020 all over again, and this is your refi boom. There's demand for this product. Yeah. I mean, Ramon's talked to a lot of leads this year. I've talked to a lot of leads this year. Majority of the stuff you talk to on refinance, you try to pitch them on a cash out, they want nothing to do with it. They do not want to repurpose all that $300,000, $400,000 on the first to go consolidate $50,000, $60,000, $100,000 of debt. They don't want to do it at all. They ask for the second mortgage constantly. Brokers don't have an option for it. Most non-banks essentially don't have a lot of good options for this. And essentially, we've been getting screwed for years on this program. That's the biggest way you need to treat this. The second thing is, I'm going to show you how to get the business. Everybody who's been in this business, whether you've been in the business for less than a year or you've been in business for 10, 15 years, like Ramon and I have been, you have a database, and there's not a single person in the country that doesn't own a house that's not sitting on at least $20,000 in credit card debt. Student loans, I mean, they're not going away. They're not getting forgiven. I know we've heard it for years. It's not going to happen for people who are high income earners. So, I mean, a lot of people need to roll this debt up, use some of their equity. Otherwise, it's just buried in their backyard and it's not doing anything for them. And they're getting destroyed on their monthly payment. So it's an easy pitch. It's an easy sell. We'll show you how to mine your database, work your database the right way, and find the right people that you can present this to, because there's a high demand for it. It's massive. So I'm super excited about this.
Yeah, awesome. Great job. And I just heard a phrase in there that I think is exceptional. Your money is buried in your backyard. I was like, now that was smooth, right? And I don't know if you guys really caught on to that, but that's an amazing thing to say to someone, right? You have money, it's just buried in the backyard. Like, what are you talking about, right? It's in the dirt. Help us help you. Let us do a loan. It's not literally like under the dirt, right? Not literally buried. It's in that dirt. Walk in your backyard, grab that dirt. That's where your money is, right? So let us extract a little bit of it for you and make your life easier. But yeah, smooth line, Blake. I like that one. But we do have some questions here. I see Madison was going through answering questions. I just want to remind everybody, please go to joincdm.com, joincdm.com, and that's where you'll be able to sign up. Just use any of those things. You can sign up like for a team, under a team, if you want to build a team, if you want to come in directly, right? There's something called dual sponsorship. We really should allow everyone should be able to join our company in one capacity or another, right? Next week, we're going to do 2 presentations. We're going to do one on Tuesday and one on Thursday. The Tuesday one is about dual sponsorship. Stay at your company, stay at the company you're at now, and allow us to still sponsor you. I spent a lot of time, a lot of energy, talked to lawyers, all three of us came up with the strategy, and we built systems to do this. We went so deep on this, but we had the lawyers draft the contracts for the dual sponsorship, okay? We took those contracts, embedded them, or kind of interpreted them into the engineering of the system that we have, the POS. Now the POS has functionality where if you are under that dual sponsorship and an application comes in, you hit referral desk, it locks you out from doing any safe activities. It talks about what you can do and what you can't do. It's like the freaking contract, the compliance is built into the POS. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's compliant. It has sustainability, and it's going to allow you to make more money. And when I say dual sponsorship, I'm not just talking about if you come on one state, Colorado, Texas, Washington, now all of a sudden you have access to all 35 of our states, the referral desk. You don't have to get licensed in any other state. All right. So we're going to talk about that on Tuesday. And then Thursday will always be the full sponsorship. You're just coming over. You want to be full client direct mortgage. Forget those other guys, right? So those are the two paths that we have. So hopefully your company is not a hater, right? Some people will say in their contract, "Oh, I want to come over there. You'll let me come over there, but my company said I can't sign up." Well, go find a new company, right? We're telling you that you can come over here and still work over there. We're okay with it. And then open up that spectrum. Get all those other states. Go find if you have an auntie that lives in Pennsylvania, and you thought you could never do her loan because you're down in Texas, now you can do her $50,000 HELOC or $100,000 HELOC and make $7,000. Charge auntie the full amount. She still loves you. Take her to dinner and buy her a nice Christmas gift. Okay, so we all know we charge our family members the full amount. Yeah. So that's it. Let's kind of get through some of these questions now. Okay, let's see here. Yes, this is being recorded. It'll be up for like 48 hours before we put the new link in, which will be a new registration. So right now, if somebody goes in and registers, they will come in live. But once we end this and somebody goes in and registers, they will see the recording, okay? Until we are ready to put up the link for Tuesday's class. Because once we put up the link for Tuesday's class, then it's just going to be a registration link that says, we'll see you on Tuesday, right? So the recordings do live, but they live for a short period of time on our website. I do think, though, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, you could always go back to the post and watch the whole recording, right? Because those exist there. So yeah, you can find it somewhere. What do the other lenders find out our HELOC source? Nope. I even know the servicer. Nope, the servicer is a general servicer. So when you see the servicer, they're not going to find out who it is. So listen, some people are crafty. they reverse engineer the hell out of what other people are doing in this mortgage business. You know, I talk about being sharp, but we're all like, any successful loan officer is a pretty sharp person, right? So I'm trying my hardest to make sure that nobody else finds. I scraped everything. You can't in the coding, like you can't go in the F12. You can't look at the back end of the site. Look at all the communication on the API. None of it. It's all hidden.
He won't even tell us. So
yeah. Yeah, even to them. I don't want Blake and Madison to have to deal with the pressure that you guys bring. Right. So I didn't even tell them. Right. And I'll just make some stuff up. I'll just start naming lenders. Right. Is this a Pylon product? Yeah, it's a Pylon product. It's Freedom. UWM. They got that $2 billion. They're giving 700 basis points. They're not giving it to you. You must not be in the exclusive group. That's who's giving it to me. UWM. Matt Ishbia. All right. Moving on. Let's see. Is the POS lead maturation? No, we're kind of getting out and getting away from the lead maturation, Brian, and build our own custom. It still interacts with Salesforce, and our back end will still use Salesforce. But what I want is for the loan officers to be in Salesforce less, right? Because it's a little bit complicated. No holdbacks on pylons, right? No, the matrix is not available for the HELOC online, but the pricing engine has the matrix built completely in it. So we might put the matrix out at some point, but right now just use the pricing engine. It'll tell you exactly what you need to know. Is the pricing on joint CDM pricing actually keep before pylon's percentage that they keep? Yes. Yeah, don't worry about pylon's percentage. It's already taken care of. It's not part of that. That's all our money. Okay. So when will the CDM loan officers get access? Blake, we're going to do that next week. We're going to do a class. So it's this Sunday. You guys, Sunday, our class schedule goes out for the week. So this is happening Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, right? So Sunday, you're going to see that schedule go out. Then 30 minutes before any class, we also send out another email. We're going to start incorporating text too. I'm going to try to do text for next week. If not next week, the week after. So then you'll start getting text about what's going on. And you can watch this stuff from your phone too, because Broker AIQ is very mobile friendly. So yeah, after that class that Blake has, then we're going to look who's in there, and we're going to start handing this stuff out to the people that come and attend the class. So that's it. You don't need to sign up for the class. You just need to come, and we'll invite everybody. Okay, let's see here. We got another one. It's a long one. Oops. A few months ago, Utah, you find a new brokerage. I'm at Loan Factory. Okay, so Jake. Yeah, why don't you just do me a favor and just fill out that form again, join CDM, and then we'll bring Madison in as well. And now we have more resources, more labor. I know we might have talked, but it's so much better now. It's not just me or just Blake or a couple of people. We really have a good force, our support around the recruitment and stuff now. So why don't you fill that out for me one more time at joincdm.com, and then we'll make a meeting with Madison, and I can get pulled into it as well. Oh, that pricing, Gary, that's from the pricing is inside of the new POS. So you guys are going to get access to that next week. What's the max on the HELOC? Max. Can we do purchase money second? You cannot do purchase money seconds on it. The max loan amount on the HELOC, if that's what we're asking, is $500,000. So it can go up to $500,000. So you can really make a killing if you can find somebody to make a killing on. CLTV is 90%, but then it gets kind of tricky, like 90%, and you got to get in that pricing engine and play with it. But 90%, you got to have really good credit. Like I think if you have a 700 at 90%, it might not work. You got to have pretty good credit, but it'll go up to 90. Do you have a full doc HELOC loan? And no, these are closed in seconds, so no HELOC. This is not really a digital HELOC, even though it kind of feels that way with the way that we're doing the income and everything. No, I mean, I don't know. I don't think that we'll do a digital HELOC unless, it'd be hard to plug into somebody. I think they have their own digital stuff and they wouldn't use ours. But our digital stuff is to help move that file along faster. So after we do all this analysis, we actually include that to the underwriter on the loan, so they can see what it is that we're actually doing, and they have guidance there, right? But that's the most digital to get. And the max combined loan to value on the CLTV on it is 90%, right? But keep in mind, there's limitations. Like sometimes when you get up to 90, you might not be able to do 500,000. You might drop to 300, right? But then if you have a 680 FICO, then it might drop more. So there's a lot there. All that's built into the pricing engine, right? So just put it in. Just put your scenario in. It's gonna tell you what's going on with it. And that wraps it up. That was the last question, guys. So we've been on for a while. I appreciate you guys. I'm super excited. I'm just ecstatic that this many people showed up on such short notice. We put the link up late last night, right? Couldn't even register for this thing until last night. So yeah, this is a very exciting time. Be optimistic, be happy, forget the rates. Don't pay attention to it. Don't watch the news. Go out there and find people, like Blake says, that have the money in their backyard. And then look in their mailbox. They got a bunch of credit card bills. So run by their mailbox. So they go, oh yeah, you got a lot of bills. MasterCard, Visa. Let me come have a conversation with me. Come to the backyard. Let me show you something. Right? So hit them with the charisma. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys. We're working hard to make sure that you guys can be successful in the business. We are at a pinnacle. We are at a level we are confident. We've been working extremely hard, as I keep on saying, but we're so happy with the outcome. We are competitive. We are going to compare ourselves to everybody else because we think we're kicking the butts of C2, of eMortgage Capital, of even my dear friend Twan, who's in tech as well, because this is about workflow. It's a combination of everything. Technology has moved. It's not just about having a POS and having an AUS. Who cares? Who cares? Those are just tools. How does the workflow? What's the product? How do the docs come in? How do you shorten my time period? How do you do this? And how does it all circulate into one nice, harmonious product that at the end of it puts me at the end of a rainbow where the gold coins are? So that's what we think about. So that's where we're different, and it's time to win. And everything else you can still do with us. Don't worry. And it's still, $4.95. We're still the best there. So let's rock and roll. Get in here early, and fill out that joint CDM. Talk to Madison. Let's get you on this track. Let's get you making this money. All right, guys. We appreciate you again. Thanks a lot. We're gonna check off.